Hello, everybody. Hopefully, you're having a God blessed day. Adam here, and just sitting down with my Bible, and I'm going through Luke. And what a great book Luke is. Luke is just personal accounts from different people about things about Jesus pretty well in a short encompass of it. So I am going through here, and I've just been enamored right now with Luke 7, specifically 7:1 through around 10, and I just wanted to sit down, talk about it. Maybe quote unquote teach. I don't know if I can use that word, but I was just sitting down here and reading through it, and one passage just really caught my eye here. It's Luke 7:9. It says, when Jesus heard these things, he marveled at him. And I'll just stop there. Because for me, being, born again believer of Jesus Christ, and I pray, hope you are, when I get to heaven, my goal, or the greatest thing, obviously, to be able to see Jesus, but to hear the words, "You have done well, my faithful servant." That would just be the icing on the cake, the cherry on top kind of thing. To hear that from Jesus would just, whoo, if that's the only thing that Jesus ever said to me face to face for the rest of eternity, I would be happy with that. So I was just sitting here and I was just like, wow, Jesus was marveling at somebody here. So let's just get into it a little bit here. This is after Jesus did the Sermon on the Plain. What a great sermon that is! Like, my oh my, that's a whole nother story though. So I'll just do some reading. I'll read it and then we'll get back into it. So it says, now when he had ended all of his sayings in the audience, the people, he entered unto Capernaum. And a certain centurion's servant, who was dear unto him, was sick and ready to die. And when he heard of Jesus, he sent him the elders of the Jews, beseeching him that he would come and heal his servant. And when they came to Jesus, they besought him instantly, saying that he was worthy for whom he should do this. For he loved our nation, and he hath built us a synagogue. Then Jesus went with them. And when he was now not far from the house, the centurion sent friends to him, saying unto him, Lord, trouble not thyself, for I am not worthy that thou shouldest enter under my roof. Wherefore neither thought I myself worthy to come unto thee, but say in a word, and my servant shall be healed. For I also am a man set under authority, having under me soldiers, and I say unto one, Go, and he goeth, and to another, Come, and he cometh, and to my servant, Do this, and he doeth it. When Jesus heard these things, he marveled at him, and turned him about, and said unto the people that followed him, I say unto you, I have not found so great faith, no, not in Israel. And they that were sent, returning to the house, found the servant whole, and had been sick. I read that probably, I don't know, half a dozen to a dozen times last night. And it just really, really stuck with me. So why do you think that he was marveled? Why was Jesus marveled at this man? So let's break it down. Let's go through it. So this man, imagine back in the day being a man of stature. He must have been very high on that quote unquote totem pole, because like he said, he could command soldiers. He had the authority to command soldiers of the king's army. So that has to mean you have pretty good, authority within your role and in your house and in your community and in your job, right? He has servants. He says, go do this, go do that. They go and do it. So this is a man of authority. It's not just somebody that's off the street. So that alone isn't the reason why Jesus marveled at him. So let's just go back here. So we know that the servants, the servant was the master, and the servant, he was sick. And reading this, the master of the servant did not put himself above the servant, if you catch my understanding with that, and I'll keep going to further explain it. So when he sent his people to go see Jesus, he right automatically said, Jesus, you're the one that can heal him. He's my servant, and he shouldn't die. He doesn't deserve to die. You know, he's very close to me. He's almost like a friend. It doesn't say that, but it says it's here, who is very dear unto him, and he was ready to die. And he says unto him that he would come and heal his servant. So he's saying to Jesus, why he's worthy to do this, because Jesus loves his nation, because he built us a synagogue, just pouring his love for Jesus and saying that he is the worthy one to be able to heal his servant. So we go further. Jesus is getting closer to the house, and it's not the man, it's not the master of the house that comes out and greets Jesus. He sends out servants to go and talk to Jesus, and you figure, well, you should go talk to Jesus yourself, right? How is he marveled at this man if he doesn't even want to go talk to him himself? Well, that's where we get into it a little bit. Because this man, even though for all this time in his role in life, he has all of this authority, all of this power, all of this splendor, all of everything, right? Everything at his disposal and his power. People will probably fear him, right? Because he has power to go send the soldiers after him. And with all that power, he said to himself, I am nothing. I am not even worthy to go and forth and even talk to you, to ask you these things. So that's whether neither thought I myself worthy to come unto thee, but say in a word, and my servant shall be healed. And that's where he goes on and he says that he has the authority, right, over all these peoples. So it's just amazing, right? Because this man, he, chances are people back then, servants and masters, maybe, a servant was dying, master could think, well, okay, I'll just go get another one, let him die. Well, this master and servant were almost on the same plateau, right? Almost a respectful thing. He didn't want him to die. He gave Jesus the ultimate authority because he knew of his power. He completely believed in him and knew who he was, and that he was the only one that could save his servant. And it was just, I kept going over this, and it's just so, I couldn't imagine being just like that, right? Like back then, because so many people back then, Pharisees and followers and unfollowers and everything, right? Like, it's of Jesus. It's just they tried to find fault in everything, and here this man, he humbled himself and gave Jesus his due, kind of thing, right? Like, and in that time, he was just so marveled at that man for his faith that in all the time that he was there, he hasn't found it in Israel. So when the servants went back to the house, because of that man's faith, his servant was healed. So it's just amazing. And just as it says in the Sermon on the Plains, it says, those who have the least, the poor and the meek shall inherit heaven, right? So It's amazing, amazing, amazing. So I just wanted to share that with y'all, and just reread stuff, go back into it, and it just brings things to a whole new context. And this really stuck out with me about why Jesus marveled at this man, and there was great reason for it, because in first reading it, you may think, well, he didn't even go and talk to Jesus. He didn't even, go and meet him himself. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. Well, I mean, yeah, that's true, but there's a reason because of that, and because of that is because he's, in his eyes, he wasn't even worthy, right? Like, so he humbled himself. He brought himself down, 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 right, as we should, right? Because Jesus is king, Jesus is authority. So amazing. And there's so many more great, amazing stories in Luke. God bless you all, and we'll see y'all hopefully back here for another talk. God bless y'all.